It's your boy Young Love, I give him that treatment. Control leg stand, punchy America. Banyi dwala, banaban. Control leg stand, punchy America. Banyi dwala, banaban. Walk on your leg, kankaro watana watching. Oga level leg, gear pow, garay leg. Panda wadiya, punchy America. Panya dwala bano, chingatongo pandon kujwera baya cheka. Papu panda jwera wadiya bi dwala venting. Stand punchy America, Banyi dwala, banaban. Punta leg stand punchy America, Banyi dwala, banaban. Walk on your leg, kankaro watana watching. Oga level leg, gear pow, garay leg. Panda wadiya, punchy America. Panya dwala bano, chingatongo pandon kujwera baya cheka. Paku panda jwera wadiya bi dwala venting.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much to all Lagos State media viewers on Facebook, Clubhouse, and on YouTube. You're all welcome to this show of today, 30th of May, 2022. And our guest today in the studio is the chairperson of Murle Community Youth Association, South Sudan, and Mr. David Ngiro Yangko. You are highly welcome to Lagos State Media, and we are glad on behalf of Lagos State to host you on this day of 30th of May, 2022. Brother David Ngiro, there are a lot of items or things to discuss with you, and many people, especially our viewers, will be glad to hear answers from you, and they will be glad also to interact with you. And to remind all our viewers, on Facebook, you are entitled to add your comments or questions through comment section below, and my co-host Abraham Adit will take charge of that, and your questions will be direct to my brother David to answer them. Okay, to my brother David, we'll go straight to the first thing that we really need you to introduce yourself better, and we'll move to the question. And then our conversation will be interesting, and we ask you to feel free, feel at home, and we will enjoy the discussion. Activate your mic, David, and introduce yourself properly.
All right, thank you very much, the Lagos State media and the viewers across the world, not only in South Sudan. I'm by the name David Ngiro Yangko. I'm the chairman of Murle Community Youth Association in South Sudan. And at the same time, I was a former Secretary for External Affairs of Greater People Administrative Area Youth Union by then. And I currently I'm the chairman of Murle Community Youth Association. This is the title that I'm holding as in the current leadership. I thank you all, and even the Lagos State media, the team, for organizing this event.
Thank you so much, Ngiro, for that introduction. Yeah, my brother David Ngiro, you are very much aware of the incidences that are really happening between the youth that you are leading and the community that you hail from with the neighbors around Pibor administrative area. The first thing that we need to start our conversation with is the incident that took place in Magwi County a few weeks ago between an unknown group, armed group, who attacked cattle keepers in Mugali of Magwi County. The raiders were identified to be from administrative area, but clearly we will not say that, but we really need to know from you. According to you, as David Ngiro, who were the perpetrators and who were behind cattle raiding and killing of young people and elderly people in Magwi County?
All right, thank you very much for this great question. The accident was occurred on 11th of May, the year 2022, where the cattle herders from Jongole State were attacked in Mugali, in Eastern Equatoria State. And to say the fact is, the related accusation was actually the accident was between the pastoralists and the farmers in Eastern Equatoria State. But there was an unfortunate statement issued by the governor of Eastern Equatoria, of which turning the issue related with the pastoralists and the farmers to be the issue between the Jongole State people and the people of Greater Bibor, especially Murle youth. In a statement, and even the accident itself, what happened, actually it tells us that they were not the youth from Murle community, because for those who are in South Sudan, they know very well the geographical locations of all these places, in which, and I think even in Lake State, that is Jongole State between Greater Bibor and Lake State, and you have never had any accident happening to people of Lake State. The people from Bibor, they come up to Lake State to attack them, because there is a middle of it here, there is another state. And this is what also happened in Eastern Equatoria. And if you talk even the accident itself, it was happening in Mugali. And Mugali, it is actually bordering to Uganda. It is inside. It is a border between Uganda and South Sudan. And when you talk about it, there is a middle hit here. There are some places. You talk of Magwi County, which is also the county belong to Eastern Equatoria. You talk of even Numuli itself, and you talk of Torit, which is the headquarters of the capital of the state. So there are these places here, and I think that the criminal to come from Bibor, crossing all these areas, to go and fire, to go and attack people inside Uganda border, I think that one is impossible. And just to make it short, it is just to tell you that our youth have not gone to that side, and the accident which was happening, it is not our responsibility. We are not involved in that. Our youth have never carried any involvement in that in that attacks. So if there's any question of who are the perpetrators or who are the attackers, the question should go to the people of Eastern Equatoria. So it should go to the government of Eastern Equatoria and ask them. So though they have issued a statement of accusing that the Murle youth are the one carrying the attack, but itself it was not that clear, because our youth have not gone to that side, and our youth have never carried any attacks in Eastern Equatoria. This is what I can just say.
Yeah, thank you, Brother Ngiro Yangko, for your answering the questions. But Brother David, clearly the incidents happened on 11th, as you put it before, and Jonglei citizens, especially the Boer community, issued statements saying our cattle herders were attacked by Eastern Equatoria. Sometimes they refer them rebels. They even accuse NAS of Thomas Cirillo, and they even accused the locals, especially the Eastern Equatoria youth. After 2 days, that was on 11th, on 12th to 13th of May, there was a clip, a video clip that circulated on social media. And I hope you came across that clip where these cattle raiders, especially the attackers, were interviewed in the bush. And they were asked questions. Where are you from? And especially they were communicating in Arabic. They said clearly that we are from Pibor administrative area, from Murle. And then they were asked by the interviewer that how long did you guys move from Pageri, from Achua to this place? And they said 2 days. And to some extent, some of these attackers were not even having a clear language of communicating in Arabic. They were calling their friends to assist them to interpret what the questions might be. So that video clip triggered the whole scenario and convinced everyone that the attackers of Mugali and raid cattle in Bor cattle others were actually Murle youth. Kindly, how can you defend that clip?
All right, thank you, Brother Majuk. Actually, in regard to the video which was circulated on the social media, that was circulated to be the evidence to support what Louis said. The video was not the current video which was happening in Mogari, because the video itself, and I think if I take you back in the year 2020, there was an accident happened. There was a conflict, the war even. We cannot even say conflict anymore because there was a war between the people of Jonglei State and people of the Greater Pibor administrative area. And on June, so the youth from Bor and the youth from Gawar and the Launwer, so they went to Bibor area. Actually, the Gawar and Nkabor, they started even from Manyabol, banning Manyabol areas up to Gumru. So our youth then ran with the cows for hiding. As you know very well that when attackers comes to your house and you cannot able to stand, then you run for hiding, and then so that you make another way of coming to defend yourself. So our youth, they have run with the cows for hiding. And even when you see the number of people who have been interviewed, it was not a big number. I think if they want to be, if the picture was to be the current, the number could have been a big number of youth. Even you see the cattle were more than the youth. So these were the few youth who ran with the cows fighting in Eastern Equatoria. And I think if you remember, on July, there was a report. By then, they reported that the youth from Greater Pibor ran with their cows to Eastern Equatoria, especially the areas of Lafon. And this is where that video was taken. The video was not, when you see the questions, it is just a bit devilish, because the question which was asked was that how long did they run from Gumuru, from especially Manyabol to Eastern Equatoria? So this was they're saying 2 days to 3 days. So for those who are even speaking in local language, they say 2 to 3 days. So they're running from there to Eastern Equatoria for hiding. So they ran with the cows. So after the inventions took place in Manyabol, Vuvet, Gumuru, and even Vertet, which is we refer to be Kenyan areas. So they ran with the cows to Eastern Equatoria. It was last year. It was 2 years back, the year 2020. So, and I think even if you remember, the youth from Gawar and Nkabore staying in Bibor for 2 months up to August. This is whereby they returned back to Jonglei State. And the video that was taken, it was actually from June to July. That was a video. So, and even you see even the weather itself, it is actually in the rain season. It is not something to be said it is a current video, but it was just published in order to convince the readers that the statement issued by Honorable Louis was true. But this is not true. The video, it is for the year 2020, and our youth, they have run with their cows. And even when I can just tell you, if you watch even the video itself, I think you know very well that the cows of Bor, they are tall with the wounds, which is also the tall, they are white, you know. So, and ours, these are very short cows that are like the one of, you know, that they're like the one of Taposa. Our cows are very short. And when you see the video, it is the cows, it is not for Bor. It is not for Denka Bor. Actually, these are our own cows. And our youth were run with them. They have run with them to Eastern Equatoria for safety, because the area was full of the attackers, the Launwer, the Denkabor and Gawar, so they defended the whole area. So this, I can just tell you that the video, it is not a current video, and it is a video of the year 2020. So this one I can say. So and this should not be attached to what has happened on the 11th of May. So it cannot be attached with it. So I know people are trying to make sure that to prove it that these are the Murle, because there are some people who are working very hard to make sure that whatever it is accident happened. I think even if there could have been other possibilities, one thing happened even in Abia could be referred to Murle, because you know, our neighboring communities, they are not happy with that. So that's why they have just took the video, the previous video, to attach with that. These are the Murle, but these are not us. These are not our youth. So this is what I can just say.
Yeah, thank you, brother Ngiro, David. You mentioned it clearly that the video was just a display to validate the statement issued by Honorable Governor of Eastern Equatoria, Louis Labong. And not only that, Governor issued a statement that he was accused wrongly by Bor Community Youth leadership, and he went as far as he will seek legal procedures to sue the leadership of Bor Youth Association for defaming him and for accusing him wrongly. And not only that, too, the parliamentarians of Eastern Equatorian came out to condemn the statement being issued. The reason why people are doing all this, my brother Ngiro, you have seen the atrocities which were committed on 11th of May. Children were killed, elderly people were killed, women were killed. And this, some of the things being termed as crime against humanity. That is why you see people are trying to investigate to know who are the perpetrators and who were behind the attack. Now you said clearly that the video is for 2020, when there was conflict of Jonglei State versus Pibor administrative area. After you have seen the video clip and the statement released by Honorable Governor and all these leaders, community leaders, what was your response at the level of Pibor administrative area leadership and at your own level as a youth community leadership of Murle in regard to all these allegations?
Yeah, actually, when we found there was this statement issued by Honorable Louis, and which was actually, it is a provoking statement being issued by Honorable Louis, because Louis is the governor of the state, is the head of the security in that particular state. And when there is any security threats, it is a case that the youth, the conflict, it is between Jonglei State and Bibor administrative area, which is very wrong statement, because how can he allow the different people from different states to come and fight in his own states? And the question should go even to Louis himself. He stated that he wanted to sue the people of Jonglei State, the Boer leadership. But even the issue is the Boer has right even to sue against Louis Labong Lojiri, because the Boer, they ran, or for the, I don't know what purpose, take the people of Boer from their own state to Eastern Equatoria. They are the one knows for that case. But Louis refers this case to be the people of Jonglei State and people of Bibor administrative area, which is wrong statement and which is even wrong. It is the wrong views. So I think he even take out of the mind, because how comes that he can, the people from different states to come and fight in his own state while he's the head of the security? And I think even in South Sudan here, would have the head of the state, and the head of the state cannot allow the people of Kenya and Uganda to come and fight in South Sudan. So that one cannot happen. It is impossible. So the question should go to even to Louis himself. How come that he stated even this statement? So he has to reverse his statement, because that statement is not even correct. So it cannot just accuse people of what is termed to be, to protect him from his power. So protecting power, it is not when you take the case which is happening in your own room to other people, that those who have been crying in my house who are not my children. These were the neighbors' children. That is not happening, and that one is not true. So when all this happened, we could have responded, because there is administrative channels of communication, and that is even the question to Louis, because once he has found that these are the Murle youth who come to attack these people of Jonglei State, he should have informed the chief administrator, who is his counterpart, because there is administrative communication. He is the governor of the state, and also there is a governor of Jonglei State, and there is a governor of Bibor administrative area. So, and if there are people who wanted to come and fight in this area, he has to conduct the two governors, that you have your own people who come to my area and they want to fight, so that the two leaders could have come and intervened. But he kept quiet and just issued a statement and trying to say that these are the people of administrative area. So it is not true. So we could have responded, because we rely on administrative channels. We don't want to jump over. That's why the Murle Community Youth Association, we keep quiet to see into it that what are the response from the chief administrator. And then the good statement also, the chief administrator responded towards the Louis Labong statement, and also denying it that it is not my people, because if they were my people, I think Louis could have informed me in advance before the thing happened. But Louis didn't inform me, and even for him to issue the statement, he didn't consulted me, that the ongoing conflict, it is your own people and the people from Jonglei State. That was not. So means the Louis himself is responsible for that. So, but we did not issue the statement. It is because we just follow the administrative channel. That's why we give the rooms for Louis. We thought that Louis could have reversed this and apologized to the people of Greater Bibor of having accusing them of being involved in the conflict between the pastoralists and farmers. But he kept quiet. He did not. He issued the statement. He didn't even apologize to the people of Greater Bibor, and we are still in a position waiting for Louis to apologize to us. And otherwise, we can say that for the leader to create conflict to his own people, it is a problem. So, and I'm still calling even for Louis to apologize for having accusing our own people. So if it is the issue of court, I think if he sued the people of Jonglei State, we can sue against him, because he is accused of us of what we have not involved with.
Thank you, Ngiro. You said clearly that you did not respond, or you did not even condemn the incidents or allegations or accusations which were leveled against you as a community. But don't you think this will validate the statement of Luis? Because many people will think that if you are surely convinced that you are not part and parcel of incident that took place on 11th of May in Mugali, then you would have come out clearly as a community, protest against the statement being issued by Honorable Louis Labong Lojore of Eastern Equatoria, and also protest against the clip, the video which was circulating on social media. Then do you think people will validate the two allegations?
Yeah, the people can, because what we know is that the clip which was actually circulated, and if I can ask you a question, do you think that a criminal who attack you in your own house or in your own place can allow you again to interview? Do you think that can allow you again to talk with? It is the criminal. He come and rob you in your own house. Do you think that you have any chance again of talking with the criminal? So, even the people of South Sudan and the people and the viewers who have seen even that clip could ignore it, because it is not that possible for the criminal to allow the person that attack, and even you are the one who attack, you cannot even go and ask a criminal because you even fear. But actually, my brother, to make it clear, it is that, of course, we make some response. So I've responded even on Sunrise Media. I've responded it in my capacity as the chairman of Murle Community Youth Association. I've responded it. And even the chief administrator has responded on our page. He responded also toward this. And I think there's no need of again of making that, because we call the governor of Jongole of Eastern Equatoria State, Honorable Louis Labong Lejure, just to apologize to us, because we don't want to create a conflicts, and we don't want to create problems, because we don't have any problem with the people of Eastern Equatoria. So we have no any problem with them. And if they want to create a problem with the people of Jongole State and themselves, it is their problem, but should not shift their problem to people who are different from their state. So for us part now, we are still waiting for Louis Labong Lojeri to apologize, and we have talked, even me in my leadership. So we communicated with the leadership of the youth in Eastern Equatoria to talk with their governor to apologize, because once our youth even hear this statement and they have not been in part of that in that problems, the question between the people of Jongole State and the people of the greater Bibora administrative area, because that, of course, there are some minor accidents which happening between Jongole State and Bibora administrative area, and we are working on that to address these issues. The genocide was happening in Eastern Equatoria, and that was terrible one. It is not good, actually. People were killed like that. And even when, if I ask you even question, there is another video being circulated also on social media. The cows were killed. People are shooting cows, and those who shoot cows were speaking English. So you move from our land, and they're killing cows in the bush. You move from our land, we don't want you in our land, and they're killing cows. And I think Murle youth, those who move to attack other places, they don't speak English. People know us very well. They don't speak English. They don't even speak that Arabic so that well. So did our youth, are they the one that is speaking that English? So if our youth, why do they kill the cows? These are not our youth. Our youth could have not killed the cows. Since they have got the cows, they could have taken them. They could have not killed them, but they have killed. So these are only the people of Eastern Equatoria. And the responsibility of that attacks and the responsibility of that humanity that happening in Mogali, it is the responsibility of Eastern Equatoria. It should not be our case. And even I could have advised you guys, you could have not even asked me, you could have asked Louis Labong to give you the accurate information, what is really happening, because he was just issuing a statement. The problem is between people of Greater Bibora and people of Jongole State, without even telling that, these people come from this way to this. So he has to mention how these people enter to this place, how did they camp, so how long do they take, so where did they stay, so and all this you could have mentioned it. Just saying, the problem is between the people of Eastern Equatoria and Jongole State and Bibora administrative area, without telling us the facts. So the man was trying to protect his leadership. That was only all. So because when the Council of Ministers raised a concern of, they were to summon him, this is whereby he rushed to the media and issued a statement. So he was like, so maybe when the Council of Ministers summon him, he will be questioned, and if he cannot able to answer, then he will be taken up from his leadership. So that's what he was trying. So he tried just to protect his leadership in the name of Murle, and that which is not happening, and that one cannot. And I think even the leadership of this nation should take the action of that.
Thank you, Ngiro.
I have a video. Do you want me to play?
Yeah, you can play the video so that we can clear the air, and then we move on.
Lisa,
Let me know the sound is good.
Yeah, sound is good.
Mabatala, Wilson, so feeling about it. Hello, producer. Aywa, ano makatungero? Ha, gurun. Man take a beer chat, beer chicken, now to tere. Aha. Come on. Yeah.
Come on, Umar, Panjodiu.
Come on, man, beer jacket come down now, short.
Okay. There you have it. Joke, you can take it over.
Thank you. Thank you, Abraham. To my brother David, you have seen the video, and all of us, we have seen it once more. My brother Maun Ayor, you are highly welcome on this debate. Yeah, I'm still with my brother David.
Joke introduce Maud. Maud is General Secretary of Board Community in the United States. So let you guys know this title.
That's great. Thank you for that, Abraham. To all our viewers and my brother, our guest, David Ngiro. Yeah, the one who joined us here is Maud Ayor, Secretary General of Board Community Youth Association in United States of America. So you need to be aware that you are with your fellow colleague who is leading your neighbor community. Back to you, my brother David. We have seen the video. Good enough. You have accepted that the video is literally for Murle youth, but this video was for 2020 during the conflict between Jonglei State and Pibor administrative area. You mentioned the issue of what prompted Boer community to move from the area to Eastern Equatoria when you are making your statement, answering the allegation or disputing the allegation. There are two things here, Brother David, that involved. If one may ask, what moved Boer cattle others from their localities to Eastern Equatoria territory? Two things always come to one's mind. Number one is the insecurity. And who create this insecurity? They said Murle youth attacking them on monthly basis. The second issue here, or second reason, is flooding. The issue of floods is another incident or another reason one can give when you are asked that question. And for people to conclude, Brother David, the conflict between Murle and Dink of Jonglei and Nuer has been there for almost a century now, and people are not seeing anything to stop it. People were hoping creating administrative area will neutralize everything. Unfortunately, it is not even stopping. When you are in the same state and now you are in two different administrative areas, how can you convince the people? Because the movement of cattle herders to Eastern Equatoria create a lot of hatred and create a lot of war between cattle herders and the locals of Eastern Equatoria. And some people very naively can blame everything squarely to the relationship within Jonglei State and Pibor administrative area. What can you say about that, my brother Ngiro?
Yeah, thank you. I also welcome my brother Maud Ayor, the Secretary General of Bor Youth Community Association. In regard to the question that you said, I cannot mention what led the people of Bor to move from their own home to Eastern Equatoria, because our problem actually, it is always happening. So people fight when they goes back to their home, to their normal places. People are staying like us. So you have never had any. So since the year 2020, there was only the first of our time for our youth to run from their area to Eastern Equatoria. They ran for almost, it was only 1 month, hiding. They were hiding for only 1 month. So, and after when the Gawar and the Nkabur youth went back to their homes, so our youth went back to their normal places. And up to now, we don't hear any reports that the Murle youth have gone to Eastern Equatoria again, or to even Ekopoita, which is also one of the county bordering to our areas, or we move to Ethiopia for hiding, or we move to to any place. So we stay in our normal places. So we run when the conflict happens, and we come back to our normal areas when the conflict stops. And I think it is the same even to Nuer. So you have never heard that Nuer have run to Ethiopia or went to any place. So they remain, the lone Nuer remain in their places. So the question is, what led the people of Bor to move from their own place to Eastern Equatoria? Is it because of issue of insecurity? And I think it is not. That is not. So that the Board Secretary General will be the one to answer that question. So that question, it is not mine. And when you come to the issue of insecurity between Jonglei states and people of Bibor administrative area, it is actually the long time conflict since then and up to now, and it cannot stop. And sometimes it is motivated politically. And if I mention politically, people are trying to make sure that the conflict should continue. And when you even see the conflict which was happening in the year 2020, it was a political war, because the two tribes or three tribes, come in a coalition to fight Murle for the interest of one community, and the interest was the Nkabur community. They are the one mobilizing the Lower, mobilizing Gawar to support them so that they take the control of of Murle areas. So this was what was happening, and the mobilization was actually done from both, just only for the political, and that was politically motivated by them. So because we were engaged to make sure that this conflict is stopped. And if you say that, okay, if it is not a political, it is not allowed even for the criminal to be lifted by air. And what was happening on July when our youth, fight with the Nkabur youth. Some of the Nkabur were wounded, and they were taking the control of Ngiro County. So the plane was hired from Juba to land in Ngiro to lift the criminal which were wounded by our own people in their own home. And it has not ever happened. So our youth used to go to Bor areas, used to go to Launor areas, but there is no any plan, because we don't motivate them. They just move without informing us. So when we hear that they're attacking a place, so we try to find out. So maybe they come back with their wounded by carrying them. But what was happening is that the people of Bor were lifting by the hair. So it means there are people in the town are the one contributing even the money to, you know, to make sure that the conflict is continuing. Because how come that the people in the village, do they have a plan? Do they have that money to hire the plane? How did they get even that coordination to get a plane to lift their own wounded? And this was the politically motivated. That's why the conflict between the people of Jonglei State and people of Greater Bibor cannot stop. Because even the people who knows what is good and what is bad, they involve themselves. Like what is happening? The people hire the plane to take the wounded in different places in somebody land. So you go for raiding. And you even used to take the plane to also supply the weapons and ammunition for them to continue with the conflict. And after when the plane landed in Gumruk, they lifted the wounded. So they are advanced. They are advanced up to Kenyan areas. They went up to even Labarak. They were trying to go to Jebel Buma. So, but good enough, our youth able to confront them until they ran back. So that was happening, and this is that is why the conflict cannot stop. So, but now we say that okay, making this, it is actually creating us to lose a lot of people in these two communities or three communities, Launer and Kabor and Murle. So once we advocate for people to fight, then you will lose even the people that you don't expect them to die. And for us, we will continue. We don't build up ourselves, and we'll never develop. So the two communities, the three communities, they come together and say, okay, let us reconcile. And that's why now you see that at least there is minimization of crimes. There is no any more ongoing attacks. Of course, the reason months there was ongoing mobilization from both. So, and I think that they are still there mobilizing themselves. They have mobilized themselves to go and attack. And our youth they have never come in a big number. They're only 5 or 2. So when we get them, we capture them, and even we bring the abducted children back to them. So they also do the same. Whatever they get our abducted children from their areas, they do take back to us. And this is only the final. It is only the solution. So, but fighting ourselves, it will not make us to do anything. And it will not make us even to stop all this conflict. So, but lastly, the issue of why the Boer shifted from their own locality to different location, that one is not my question, because the owners knows what makes them to move from their own area to different area. So they know by themselves. Yeah, that's all I can say.
Thank you, David, Ngiro. Before we move further to other questions that might involve direct engagement between Pibor administrative area and Jonglei State citizen, I will first give my brother Maud Ayor to comment in regard to the first question that we have already exhausted. Brother Maud, you are welcome. We were actually trying to investigate, and we were trying to question our brother David Ngiro Yangko in regard to the incident of Mugali, which happened on 11th of May, where cattle keepers were attacked, cattle were raided, children, women, elderly people were killed. 32 or 30-something people were killed in that incident. And his response was Murle Youth or Pibor Administrative Area have nothing to do with the incidents that took place in Mugali. It was purely, squarely on citizens of Mugali or Magwi County between the dispute between them and the cattle owners. As one of the community which was actually hurt by this attack, and as a leader, can you comment in regard to these questions before we move to the attack which happened in Duk, before we move back to the issue of Bidit, then we can wrap up our interview in regard to this today's show. You can activate your mic, Brother Maud Ayor.
Okay, thank you. Am I clear now?
Yeah, you are crystal clear.
Okay. Thank you, Brother Bol, Brother Majung Makur, and Brother Madid, and Brother David. I was not prepared for the interview, and I wasn't aware my brother David Ngere was going to speak today, because when you prepare for something to come and present or talk, you get prepared to get all the information you need. So I want to put that one out there. I will highlight on very few things. I'm not going to go into more detail. If I want to be interviewed with my brother David, I would love it to be on a different day. But anyway, there is nothing new. All the things that we are talking, my brother David have been talking, they are well known. So there is nothing new, even though I didn't prepare. All of us knows exactly what it is. So I will capitalize on few things. So like I said earlier, I thank Lake State Media for the job you guys have been doing for the welfare of our community or our country. All of us, we are yearning for the better future of our country. And for us as the generation of today, most of us were born during the war, and until we become adult now, and we are in it again, another conflict within the country. So it's good for us to talk on all those issues. How can we solve them, or how can we prevent them? How can we make peace? It is we, not someone else. Again, to the viewers, I want to correct something. I'm not a general secretary of Boer Community. I'm a information secretary of Boer Community in USA. The Secretary General of Boer Community is someone by name Daniel Magwi Deng. But I'm information of Boer Community. That's one thing. Second, I'm coming here. I always come to Lake State Media on my personal capacity invitation as a citizen of South Sudan, as a member of Boer Community. If there is any discussion that need any one of us, I can answer it. Like any other members from sub-communities always come and talk on this news channel. So I want to make that one to be clear, so that the viewers can really know who I am. How did I come? Even my my office, they also understand what I'm talking. So I wasn't sent by our office to come and present board. I came here as a member as a contributor, and this is where my I will present my argument like that. But if there is a time Bor can come and talk with the leader of Murle, I have my leadership. But anyway, I have make that clear. Let me go to your question, brother Majung Makur. What happened in Magali or Magui? We in diaspora, most of the things that we see are through social media, like all of us. I don't know where my brother David locate right now, but I'm in US.
David is in South Sudan. He's in Juba.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So except three of us, Majuk Makur and David and my brother Abraham Madid, we are diaspora, not in South Sudan. Most of the things that we see are through the social media. And sometimes you can call back home through the telephone and find out what exactly happened. This is how we get our news from our country. Those who are in the ground always at the first hand, who have witnessed what happened. So the case of Magali, in which most of Boer who are cattle keepers were attacked and killed, children were murdered. We talked to our people back home. We called them what really happened. Our people in the ground, they know who were behind the attack. It was a complicated. It is a complicated attack. Why do I say it was a complicated attack? Louis Lobong, the governor of Central Equatoria, have said
Eastern Equatoria.
Eastern Equatoria is a governor, and he has admitted that the people who attacked people were from Murle. He said that. Is there out? Our people from Bor, because when you are attacked, you don't know who attacked you until you confirm someone physically. Either from someone you have killed and then identify the body. This is how you, and also through the language in which attackers are using. You have seen in those cattle that we have just watched recently. Yes, there are people who also from board said the attackers were combined with other local communities from Eastern State. That's why I did say it earlier. It was complicated because we don't know what are the plan. Why did Murle? How did they cross the border to the center inside of this state, Eastern State, of in which Luis Lobong is the governor of that state. How did that happen? Were they facilitated? Did they come at night without anybody knowing them? So these are the questions all of us, we Southerners, we ask ourselves, or we ask the people of Eastern Equatoria. How did these people infiltrate to the Eastern Lake and attack the cattle camp who are in that state, and they are from Bor? Was it something organized? We really don't know. The government is making their own investigation on this. The government of South Sudan, they are digging down into this. How did it happen? So this is how I can answer this question of Mugali, which is Magwi.
Thank you, Brother Maud. First of all, to our viewers, we apologize for giving Brother Maud Ayor a wrong title. And to Bor Community in US Secretary General, we apologize for that. And thank you, Maud, for clearing your position and for joining Lake State Media at your own capacity, other citizens of Jonglei State and other son of Bor community. There is a video clip circulated 4 days ago, and I found this thing on Deng King page. There was a bull, and you know bull called the color of bull, Brother David. This bull is Mayen, according to Dinka identification of cow's colors. Is Mayen, and it was spotted and founded in Lira, Lira market in Uganda. And then people were like, this bull, Mayen, was among the cattle which were raided in Mugali. To you, as Brother Maud Ayor, do you believe some of Murle, maybe you said the clear information how people colluded? There were some few elements from Pibor administrative area and local communities of Eastern Equatoria. Do you think these people from Pibor administrative area can go and sell the cattle raided in Uganda market?
Thank you, Brother Majuk Makur. Very good question. And this is where I said earlier, the attack which happened in Mugali, Magwi, is a very complicated. We really, even most of South Sudanese, really don't know how did this attack plan. The bull itself, you can see that nature of cow. Most of those cows are either from Bor or from Lake. We have the same nature of cow. Our cow, in most cases, they are tall, skinny, and with the long horns. Those are the type of the cow we rear in our areas. So no deny about that. That cow was among those cattle which were raided. According to that video, the guy who was talking in the video said they went and found this cow was being sold in the market where the cows are being sold, or wherever I can identify. But I have listened to it, and he said that we came and noticed that this cow, there were people who identify this cow that belong to somebody in Bor, and especially in the area of Twitch. Twitch is in Jonglei. Somebody said something like that. And when they came closer and he stood beside the bull, the guy who was selling the cow noticed that the people who are hanging around, standing beside the bull, might have noticed that it is a stolen cow. So the guy disappeared, ran away. And that's why they went and report that this bull is belong to us. How did it come? How did it came here? So you see, the owner of the bull was not identified because he ran away. So for sure, all of us, the cattle which were raided, I think they were raided and dispatched in a different direction. Maybe from Equatoria, they might have their members in the raiding, during the raiding, or Murle got away with it and tried to sell it to Ugandan or something. We don't know. But if you can see the cow itself, the nature of the nature of the cow is from Bor. It's not from Murle. I was born in Bor, and I stay in Bor for many years before before the war of 1983. Murle used to come to our area in Bor when I was very young. We used to mingle in our area, so I know the nature of Murle cows. They don't have long horn. They are very short and with little bit not skinny like our cows. So I know we know all how each and every tribe cattle look like. So that bull was among those cattle which were raided. This is how I can answer it. And for sure, the attackers, no, we cannot really know what tribe, how many tribes combined together and attack cattle or in Magawe. But you can tell this, there were different communities combined together and attack cattle camps. This is how we interpret it. This is how we observe it. The attackers were not from one tribe. We do believe, we people from Bor, and even some of the most of the Southerners do believe these attacks was well coordinated. It was something well coordinated ahead. It was not something that just opened overnight. Otherwise, people would have not traveled from very far distant and attack people inside Eastern State, deep in the bush.
Thank you, Maud. Yeah, we will end that question from there, and we are all aware that Eastern Equatoria also.
And the reason why we said the attackers are from within the country, they are not outsiders. They are not Ugandan or Kenyan or anybody. because they were speaking in Arabic. You can hear from that clip, they were talking in Arabic.
Thank
Do
you.
Kenyan talk in Arabic? Do Ugandan talk in Arabic? No.
Thank you, Maut. You came in lately after Brother David Ngiro answered the question of the clip. He disputed it that this clip was not Mugali incident. The clip was taken in 2020 when there was a huge conflict between Jonglei State and Pibor Administrative Area. He admitted himself that the clip is exactly Murle youth with their cows. But that was in 2020 when they were running and seeking refuge in Eastern Equatoria with their cows. It is not things to do with the Mugali incident or a recent incident. That's what Brother David said before, but I will give him last minute to clear it up so that we move. Number two.
Let me say something about that. That is not true.
Number two, yeah, let me come in. Number two, you said there were many tribes came together and narrate the cattle. And we are aware that Eastern Equatoria also, as the state, they have several tribes. They have Dinga, they have the Tuko, another tribe within. So we really need to know, and we don't know, we cannot dispute that there are no tribes come together and rate the cattle. That could possibly be true, but let me give 1 minute to my brother David to respond a bit, to clear his first answer to you, so that you can get it right. And then also he will comment on the issue of Bull Mayen, which was founded in Lira Market Auctioning Center, being sold in the market. You have described our cattle breeds accordingly, and Brother David described them before, that Dinka Boer cattle or their breeds of cattle is totally different from ours as Murle. Ours are short with the short horns, and they have no different from Eastern Equatoria cattle. But Dinka Boer cattle are always tall, wide, long horns, and all this description. And you did the same thing, Maut, and that sent a message that two of you, your sisters, your brothers, you know each other, kind of cattle breeds anyone can keep. And thank you for that. You can take your 1 minute, Brother David, and we try to many times because we have two more questions here we need to explore before we conclude our interview.
And also, too, before David speak, we have two pictures that I want to show. David need to clarify those two pictures.
All right, you can display the pictures, Madit, before David come in.
Okay, so these two pictures are connected to the raid that happened in Magwi. So that's the first picture right there. Those are pictures that appear look like the same youth are in that clips. And this picture is same people who raid the cattle in Magwi and Magali area. And second picture is right there. So David, if you can talk a little about later on, did you come across that picture? Do you think these are Murle use? There you go. David, you can mute yourself.
Actually, these two pictures that it is played, that's why I refer you to the year 2020. Even the cows, where this our youth are actually the cows, you see the big number of the cows. But even the cows is not the one the people were hiding with. These were the cows recovered in the Kenyan River. You know, when you see, these were the cows were recovered from the Nkabor when they went up to Kenyan. So our youth come from that side, so they have chased them, they ran. So when they ran, the youth have recovered these cows. And this is whereby even you see this picture, it is for the year 2020. And it is not a current picture. And then when you see even the other picture also, these were the youth were fighting with the Denkabor and Gawar in the year 2020. And all these three pictures, these are the pictures of the year 2020. Even this picture that we are playing with it now. It is the year for 2020 in our own areas. So, and I think even in Jonglei State or in Eastern Equatoria, there is not even a place which is open like the one that where this picture was taken. So it is in our own areas. And during the time of attack in the year 2020, this was our youth were fighting with the Nkabor. So that is in regard to that. And when you see even the cows, even my brother Maud mentioned very clear, when you see even the video clip where the cows were captured, and when you see even the cows who are in that video, these are not from these are not the Nkabor cows at all. And to make it short, the cow which was selling, the bull which was selling in Uganda, we don't have people who are doing business in Uganda. So that our youth can take even the cows to sell in Uganda. So that's why we said our youth are not related in that attacks. The question should go to the people of Eastern Equatoria. And if there's any investigation, should go to the people of Eastern Equatoria. Should not come to us. Because even the videos which were played, these are the videos of 2020. And these are our own cows. People were run for hiding. And this is whereby the video was taken. And when you see even the cows does not tell us that these are the cows from Bor. I have made it very clear before that the cows from Bor, they have the long, the long horns with the tall, so they are very tall, and ours they are very short with the short horns. And you have seen even in the video clip very well, and it was very clear. These are our own cows. These are not the cows from Bor. And I want to tell my brother Maud that if there's any question and you want to follow the case, again, what has happened to your people, you should go to the people of Eastern Equatoria and ask them. And even why, how did that bull get to Uganda if it is our own? So if they were to be our youth, they could have not have that access of going to Uganda. They could have taken the cows to Bibor. So, and if you could have find the cows being brought from Bibor to be selling in Juba, and you find these are your bull, then this is whereby the question could ask itself. But it's all in Uganda. And Uganda, these are the community who are bordering with the people of Uganda. So they know you could have captured the person and asked, how did they get that bull? So you make a mistake. The people could have not even, they didn't much money to capture the person who brought the cow, so that you get the clear information. So the video that people are talking about, that these are the Murle, these are the video of 2020. So, and even including the picture which was taken, these are the recovered cows from Bor, from the youth of Bor when they went for fighting in the year 2020. So, and also the other picture, these are the youth who are fighting with the Nkabors. They were be taking, these are their own pictures they are taking and posted by themselves. So this is what I can just say, my brother, Maud, and the rest of the listeners, that our youth are not involved in that conflict at all. So I just want to say that our youth have never carried any attacks, and they have never involved in that. Since my brother said that there is a coordinated, who coordinated the attacks? So, and who are the coalition communities that are attacking the people of Bor? In one day, one time, so when we fight with the people of Bor, do we have any conflict with them? I think no. These are not. So, and I think that one that question should not be there anymore. So, and the people, the accusation against the people of Murle should not be there. Yeah.
Yeah, Maud, you can take 1 minute more
Okay.
to respond, so that we move to the next question.
I'm not gonna. One thing I know I should say on this screen is that we know each other very, very well with our brothers from Murle. The history of stealing and deny is the nature of Murle. The reason why I say that, brother Majong Makur, is not the first time Murle can do something and deny it. Even when they are caught red-handed, they can stay in your face and they are holding what they stole in their hand and deny it in your face that I didn't steal. This is the nature. So when my brother is talking, my brother David, I'm not surprised to deny even what the whole South Sudanese, what they know about Murle. I'm not surprised. One thing I need to say, the video was not for 2020. The video was all the South Sudanese know what happened in Magwi. All those cows that were shown in the video were for that attack specifically. Youth from Bor, you know the time they went to Murle, Brother David. You know the years. Recently, you know very well. In 2020, Bor youth didn't attack any Murle in Eastern Equatoria. No. So the video is just for that last 2 weeks or 2 weeks and a half. This is how we know it. And even the governor of Eastern Equatoria said, and here you are denying it, even what was said by the governor who has security apparatus, who is a person with the information. You are denying it here. So anyway, even if I talk for the whole night with my brother David, he will be still denying it. Here is what I need to say regarding that. Brother David from Murle. The best thing we should do, and I think maybe you're going to ask me later, Brother Majong Makur, what is the solution between you guys, two of you? I know that question is coming.
We will come back to that other last question of our conversation
on that. But I know that video is not 2020 video. It was a recently recorded video, and you can see the cow was taken.
Thank you, Maud.
On the same week, and my brother is here denying it any wrongdoing.
Thank you, Brother Maud, for that. First of all, we really need to leave that question the way it is, and we will, as a Lagos State media, Brother David Ngiro, we will take it upon ourselves to seek for other application to analyze and track the years, the time where the video was recorded. And Brother Edmond Yakani is a good person in that. He will help us to analyze that clip and also the pictures. He will analyze them, and then we will still reschedule another interview where we'll come and digest and get the information. Yeah, Brother David fall out. I guess he has internet issues, and he might join us shortly. Brother Maud, thank you. We will move to two questions here now. We will move to the questions of Bidit attack, which 30-something people were killed. And we will see from the response of my brother, David. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, what was the question?
Back.
So, yeah.
Welcome back again, David. Yeah, actually, I'm saying, David, that we will investigate more in regard to the videos and the pictures and see the time where the pictures and the video were taken and the duration. And then we will update you guys, and we will reschedule another interview jointly between you and Bor Youth Community Leadership in Juba, and then the board leadership in diaspora, especially the one of my brother Maud Ayor. We will reschedule another meeting for that, another interview for that, so that we can have more conversation. The next question, Brother David. There was an attack which was launched in the month of January to February by Murle youth, and they killed more than 30 people in Bidit Payam or Borsos County. What can you say about that? And also there was a recent attack within this month of May in Duke County, and the perpetrators were perceived to be from Pibor demonstrative area. These two incidents, what can you say about that, my brother David Ngiro, as the chairperson of Murle Youth Community Association?
Yeah, in regard to these questions, the one which is happening last year, in the last February and January by then, and the recent accident which was happening in Duke, and I can just say this, in the last one, of course, this might have been our youth. I can just prove the last, but the first one was not our youth. The last one, these were our youth. Actually, you know very well that on the 20th, on the 19th and 20th of November last year, there was a very terrible accident happening in Bor town, where the Murle traders were killed in cool blood in the houses of these people of Bor. So they have slaughtered the people that are eating with them. In one plate, they have killed them. And that was the hunger. It hungered the whole of area of Bibor administrative area. And I think even the people of South Sudan as a whole. So in which our youth by then were actually out of their minds. So how this came, since the agreements were signed, so our youth went for the trading. They brought their cows for sale in Jongle states, in which the people of Bor, they have turned their own guns to kill the innocent people. They are just coming for trading. And even it is more than what is happening in all years. And it was the same accident which was happening in 2006, where our Murle, were patients in the hospital were also slaughtered. The same, the way the people of Bor are doing. So this is what was hung our youth and carried the revenge attack in Duke. So in the last, we didn't get any evidence. So there was a conflict. We couldn't know these were the youth from GPA or these were they were not our youth, because there was no any cows being looted. There was no anything that to prove. Yes, they were been posting the pictures that these were the bodies confirmed to be the bodies of the Murle youth. And then when you see even the same pictures which was our youth were killing in cool blood in Bor town, so they were being captured and be sent to us, and we have the same pictures and we know them by names. So when they posted even the same pictures of which people that we know them, these were our traders. They posted that to be the evidence of what was happening in Baidi, and that was not true. So in the last one, these were the confirmed to be our youth. So our youth were angered. So they were not happy with what was happening. And this is whereby they were carried. They were actually trying to carry more, but because we engaged with them, we say no, let that one stop, because the government of Jongle State are also trying at best. We thought that they could have bring the culprits to the book. So, and I think up to now that there was no law enforced against those who kill the people in their houses. Because if you don't even get the person who killed them, so but if somebody who is the owner of the house where the person died, the person could be investigated and found out how this person is killing your own house. So that there was not any kind of investigation being made. So and thing goes like that. That make our youth to be anger, and they went for revenge. Yeah.
Thank you, Brother David.
Let me make this clear for those audience who are watching. Please, if you want, we are not going to allow anybody to come in the show. If you have a question, please write it down on the comment side, and then we will pull up, and then your question will be answered. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother David. At least now you have accepted the two incidents, the one of Baidit and the one of Duke, happened simply because there was a case where Murle traders were killed in Bor town. So literally your youth of Murle area were revenging It was a revenge killing. But were you, as intellectuals of Murle in towns, were you aware that your youth are launching
No, can I
rebel?
correct? Can I correct you somewhere there? So you have
Yes,
quoted.
go
You have
ahead.
quoted. No, you have quoted me wrongly. I prove only the last. Yeah, I prove only the last one, but the first
The
one, which
Duke. Okay. Sorry for that. For you, you said the Duke attack possibly could be Murle youth, but the one who abide it, you did not comment about it.
I'm not getting you.
Yeah, I'm saying you have admitted the one of Duke.
Yes, I'm not getting you guys.
There is an attack of Duke. That's what you admit, right? Hello, David?
Yes, of course.
And then what of the Bidit incident? Yeah, sorry, our audience, David has issues to do with the internet connection, but possibly he will join us. He will join us shortly. Yeah, Brother Maud, we will give you time. We'll give you a few minutes to also comment on the two incidents. The one of Bidit, the month of January to February this year, and there is an attack in Duke County. Then after that, we will come back to where the solution should be. Yeah, welcome back once again, Brother Ngiro.
Yeah, thank you.
I hope I'm clear now.
Yeah, you are clear. Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying before you went off, I was saying, what of Bidit incident? Do you have knowledge about the attackers?
No, we don't have knowledge about it. We don't have knowledge about it. And even we responded a statement. So there was a statement issued by the people of Bor accusing our youth that these are the Murle. So we issued even the statement. We responded that, and that question should not be brought here because we have responded it, and it was very clear in our statement. So whatever there's something that to be asked, so people should go back to our statement and go through the statement.
Thank you. Brother Maud, you can activate your mic and comment in regard to the two different incidents which took place this year.
Thank you. Here we go again. That my brother David is not sure the attack that was happening by it 2 times, and the attack that happened in Duke. What I need to say, Brother Majong Makur, the attack in Baidit was well recorded. The bodies of Murle that were killed and found on the ground were taken, and the government officials came from Juba, and the pictures were taken. Those are with the government, including Murle. Some of the Murle, they have seen them. They are well documented. They are there, documented. If they were to be shown, they can be shown, but I don't think we are allowed here to show those pictures of Murle bodies, as my brother David is denying it. So what else is the evidence if the bodies of Murle were found on the ground, the attackers? What else should be provided? What are the best information than the body of the attackers? And all those events that happen in Bor, every time when the incident happen, we always take people, the media, to record them, because we know, like today, know our brothers from Murle, they always deny. And that's why we have make habit of every time, especially when it happens in Bor area, in those areas that we can be able to assess, we always record. And they are there, all those information, brother Majuk and brother Madid, all those information are there. And that is a fact. So like I said earlier, what are the other best information do my brother David want to prove that Murle are the one always attacking people from Bor? I think this is the simple answer as that.
Welcome back, David.
So we have the record. This is how I can answer my brother David. We have all the record that
Thank you.
the attackers always are from Murle youth. We have those. They are with our government, either in Jonglei also and from the national government. We provide them all those information. But they still deny that they are not our people. And look, brother David, the people of Bor are complaining about Murle. The Nuer people are complaining about Murle is always attacking people. The people from Anuak are always complaining Murle are attacking people. The year within Jonglei, the Kachipo too are complaining. The Nuer from Ethiopia border are also always complaining. The Anuak also from Ethiopia and Anuak from Sudan are always complaining. All these neighboring tribes, neighboring Murle, are complaining. Are all these people, are all these tribes, do they lie? Do they lie that Murle is the one attacking them? Even if you take out Bor to be a liar, how about Nuer? How about Anuak? How about Jia? How about Kachipo? And even some communities from Eastern Equatoria are always being raided by Murle. Are all these tribes lie to South Sudanese that we are always being attacked by Murle?
Thank you, Maud. Thank you for the question. I will give it back to Brother Ngiro. You can respond to Maud within 1 to 2 minutes before we move to our last questions, which we will have much time, because the last question is very important. Thank you. You can activate your mic, David.
Yeah. Can I? Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Actually, let me just respond to what my brother said in his statement in regard to what he said that everybody in South Sudan is complaining about Murle. And just to make it short, is the all this chaos is created by people above. So currently, I'm making mobilization in the areas of Anuak. I'm mobilizing Anuak to raise a complaint against the people of Greater Bibor. And I think they just wanted to create the conflict within Bibor itself.
Yeah, apologies to our viewers. It's very unfortunate.
While I'm waiting for my brother,
very unfortunate that the internet is really disturbing our brother David Ngiro.
While I'm waiting,
but let's hope for the best. He might come back so that we conclude today's show with the solution. What is the solution between Murle and their neighbors? This is the question we'll move in once he come back. And Brother Maud, you can comment while waiting for you.
Another question. I want to pose another question to my brother to come and answer. He said the reason why they...
No, I'm still
Yeah,
talking.
thank you. Thank you.
No,
Thank you.
I'm still
Welcome
I
back.
want to
talking.
post it one more question,
Yes,
then you
I'm still
answer both of
talking.
them. Let me
Yeah,
post it. Let
no,
me add this question
no,
too, and then
it
you
was
answer
just,
all of them. 1 second. You said the reason why you attacked all the neighboring communities to Murle is because of Bor. I want you to be specific later on when you answer. What did Bor have done in order for the Murle community to attack Nuer, to attack Anuak on daily basis, to attack Jia? I want you to be specific and say this is what Bor have done, so to making us attacking other neighboring communities.
Thank you. Thank you, Maud. You can go on answering question, Brother David.
Okay, yeah, just stop there. Just stop there. Let me, yeah, let me, yeah, let me answer him. Let me answer Maud. So Maud stated that the complaint being raised from all these neighboring communities of Greater Bibor, especially Bor, Nuer, and Anuak, and Jie, Kachipo, so and all these communities that are raising the complaints against the people of Murle community. So the first of all, he stated, and I quoted his statement that Jie of Jongole. There's no GA of Jongole, and this is where the conflict is generated. You see, how come that even the GA who are in Greater Bibor to be referred to be GA of Jongole again? My friend, you need to revise your speech, your statement, because what is said, it is what
I'm
it is
talking of all
generating now, the
Jonglei,
conflict.
all
So, and
Jonglei
again, now
state.
the mobilization which is ongoing. So what I can just even answer is, the people of Bor went and mobilized the Lownwer and mobilized Gawar, and they come together in one body, and they come and attack Murle. So did they not come? So how did they unite themselves? It is because that there is a mobilization. That is why we said that I said
Yeah, our viewers, you can pardon us. We understand the situation of internet in Juba. It always off and on. And that's why our brother David Ngiro is like not stable. But let's hope for the best that he might come back to complete the question, and we will conclude our interview shortly. Yeah, brother David, you are welcome back once more.
Yeah, I think I have a problem of network. So I just want to say that what Brother Mahmoud said, this is the wrong concept that are always it is always in the mind of people of God. So and I know very well that they're not happy with us, and they wanted to create the conflicts. So that's why they say that now that we have a problem with J and Kashepo. Yeah, of course there was a problem with the J, and that was inflated by them. So but since then we engage, and now the people of J, they don't have any problem with Murle again anymore. And even Kashipo, we don't have a problem with them. So that was a mobilization made by them to engage them, to make sure that they are also demanding another administrative area, so that there will be a question of, so then why the people of Bibor were asking administrative area when they are not managing. And that was that is a mobilization that is ongoing. So the people of Anyang, so as you know very well that our people, of course, they do go. That there was a year even went up to Ethiopia, they attacked Ethiopia. And that was not a problem of Anyang. So the problem was the Nuer from Ethiopia. They were coming to attack our people. So there is a Nuer of Ethiopia. They were coming with the Nuer, with the low Nuer from Akobo. They were coming and attack our people. And as we talk, there are our children even in Ethiopia. When you go even to Kambele region now, you can find Murle children. We were taken by low Nuer. That was a problem. So that's why our youth are following. They are following what is happening. They don't just go to the place when there is no problem with them. So we don't go to Lagos State, and we don't go to Barkadal, we don't go to Western Equatoria, we don't go to Eastern Equatoria to attack them. Did you add one day that the Burle youth come with a huge number and attack people of Eastern Equatoria? No, we don't. We don't come and attack people of Central Equatoria. But why are we attacking the people of Nuer and people of Bor? It is because of what is happening. And they do even come with a huge number. And that is what the coalition that they made. And the coalition was generated from people of Bor. So they went and engaged the people of Gawad, they went and engaged the Launwer, that we need to, we need to finish these people. They also engage from the other side with the GA that we need to finish these people. And you cannot finish human being at all. So the God created and put in that place, and you will never do anything to that person.
Let me answer this.
And that is in regard to what my brother would say.
Let me answer, brother.
What my brother would say. No, don't
let him finish.
Let me pass on.
Let David finish, and then you will come in.
You should wait. You should be patient.
You finish, David.
You should be patient.
Okay, go ahead.
Also, yes,
no.
and also there was a statement stated by brother Maud. Stated that the Murle they do deny even when the Murle stole something and you quote it, they say no, I'm not the one stealing. Did they quote any Murle and put in the court that have stolen? So we normally capture the board. So when they are selling their own kit, they go and sell them to Murle. We capture them and we bring them. So these are the evidence that we know the people of borders went to for selling, and when we capture them, these are the people that we brought to the court. So there was not a Murle being brought to court because he stolen anything from them. No, that is not. You cannot refer your own problem to other people. And this is what the people aboard, they always do. They don't admit to what they have done. They don't admit that, yes, they're also part of the problems. They always say that the Murle are the problem. So the Murle are the problem. And we are not the problem. These are the ones that are having the problem. Because mobilizing the other neighboring communities to attack Murle, is that one the solution to your problem? And this is whereby the more problems are created. So when we discover, then now we say, okay, the people of Bora, they don't have a problem. That is the problem. So,
okay, let me.
Thank you, David.
Okay.
To Brother Maud.
Here is what
to Brother Maud, you can respond within 2 minutes.
Really don't understand.
Then we'll move to the last question.
Okay, I really don't understand how my brother is just making sense in his talking here. In his belief, he do say that we are the one mobilizing all neighboring communities, the board. Leaving out these communities, they have been attacking them in history, including Bor. It was not something happened yesterday. It has been there. Now, let me ask my brother David. A couple of years ago, maybe 4 years or 5 years ago, you have attacked Ethiopian from Gambela. Do you believe too it was Bor people who did anything to you for in order to attack Gambela? Why did you went to Ethiopia? Was it Bor mistake too? How did you went and abduct over 100 kids from Ethiopia? How can you answer that?
Brother Maud,
let me answer.
Brother Maud and David, we will not dwell much in issues to do with the question and answering between you two people.
The reason why I'm
you just answer that, David, so that we move on to the next phase of our conversation.
That is one question.
Let me answer him. What he stated is that he said that the Murle youth went and attacked the Gambela in Ethiopia.
Brother David,
and I have stated before. Yes.
Maud said he has not yet finished. He has one more question to pose. Maybe you can give him time to finish his questions, then you answer them at once.
Let him ask.
Okay,
thank you.
I asked him that question because he did say the reason why we are hostile to all the neighboring countries. This is how I capitalize what he said. The reason why Murle is hostile to neighboring countries is because of Bor. So this is how my question come in. What did we do for you? What did we do to Ethiopia people for you to attack them that time? And I do believe, I myself, we have not mobilized Nuer. We didn't mobilize Anuak. Anuak have their own problem as you have a problem with Bor. You have your own problem attacking Nuer the same way you are attacking people from Bor. So I'm rejecting the notion that you say the reason why we are hostile, the reason why Murle is hostile to neighboring communities is because of Bor. That notion I deny it. That is not true. Murle have a habit of
Can you be specific? Can you be specific, my friend? Can you be specific?
on what? On attacking Nuer or on attacking Murle or on attacking civilian in Ethiopia, border inside Ethiopia, or attacking people from Bor. I don't know what you want me to be specific. These are the events that have happened.
Yeah, Brother Maud, let's give this chance to my brother David to respond to your two questions. Why Brother Maud, Brother David claimed that the reason why they are so hostile toward Boer community is simply because Boer community mobilizes the rest of their neighbors against them and recruit them into the conflict and try to remove the entire Murle society in their localities. So Brother David will come back and he will pick up from there. Then we'll move to the questions. What is the solution? What do you see other solutions, other two communities, especially the Bor and Murle?
And also to okay, David here.
Let me answer what my brother said.
Yeah, you answer him.
The statement that what he says is that why the Murle attack the people of Ethiopia, is it because the mobilization of Bor? So the answer is, I have stated before that the attack which was carried in Kambela, where our youth went up to Ethiopia to carry attack, it is because they are following what was happening to them. So in the year 2012, in an attack which was happening, the Nuer from Ethiopia, they were coming with their brothers from Akobo and come and take even the old children of Murle. And as currently I'm talking with you, there are children even in Kambela with the Nuer. So that's why our youth went and attacked those places, because they believe, why these people are attacking us? So they thought that these people are part of South Sudan, because these are the youth from the village. And the same people of Kambela, the Nuer from Kambela, are the one attacking our people. So that's why our youth went to that side. It is because they don't just move without following what was happening to them. So they are just following their kids. So to go and find them. So that's why when they went there and attacked. So unfortunately, these were the people of Ethiopia. Even the Nuer who are coming with their brother, they are from Ethiopia. But the question is, why do they cross the border? So instead for them to stay in their own places, they come there, they come with their brothers, and now they are taking problems to their country. And this is why by now the problem was coming. It was not because our youth are having problem with the Ethiopian. So, but the problem was they're following their children and their women who were taken from there. So this is what I can say. And my brother Mahmoud to not deny things, actually. So why it's the question is, what was happening even between the people of Greater Biwara and Jonglei State until they resulted into the separation? What was it? These were the same issues. So that's why we say that the people should, the people of board, they don't admit sometimes. They don't admit things. They don't say, yes, of course, we are part of the mistakes. So when you don't admit, then this is where by now we'll never find a solution. We should make sure that we accept what we do. And I can say that the problems, I'm talking internal problems. So why you say that they did not mobilize the Nuer? So how did they unite with the Lao Nuer and Gawar? How did they unite themselves and attack the people of Bibor? Did they not unite themselves in the year 2020? How did they unite themselves? Did they speak one language? It is a mobilization. This was the mobilization made by them. So the Nuer, they did not come to them and say that we need to go with you. So the Nuer once they wanted to go and fight with the people of Bibor, they don't come to them. They don't ask them to support them. No, they just go because they know themselves they can able to fight. And the same to people of Murle. So we don't ask Anyuak to support us, and we don't ask even Jay. We don't ask Nuer to go and fight for us for the people of Bor. But for them, they do ask people to fight for them. Why? And this is why now the problem is created.
Thank you, brother David. Ngiro, Maud, you will respond after this question. You will add it later on. Brother David, we all understand the issues between Murle and the neighboring communities. At your capacity, as the chairperson of Murle Community Youth Association, what do you deem fit with the solution to this unending conflict between Pibor administrative area and Jonglei state? Literally, people were saying it's simply because you were under one administrative role or rules, that's why you were having difficulties or challenges. Now you are in separate administrative areas. Jonglei is a state and you are administrative area as Pibor. And I understand, my brother David, you Murle, you are no longer Murle of 1980s, the Murle of today. You have very many graduates. You have many intellectuals, like another community in South Sudan. At the level of education is improving. What is your stand as Murle intellectuals, as Murle youth who are in town? What is the solution, my brother, according to you?
Yeah, I think you need to be short because now we are closing, so the time is over. So I just want to say that
this is the last question. We really need to wind up and then we close.
So what we are doing at the community leadership is that, so we are now we are engaging with our youth. We do engage our youth to refrain from any crimes. We do engage our youth not to involve in entities called cattle raids unless they have to wait for anyone to come to them. So this is what we are doing. And also we are engaging with the government of the states to make sure that there is a law enforcement. So that's what we are doing in our level. So we don't have any that capacity, but only that we engage. We do engage our youth. We do preach the word of peace. And this is what we are doing currently. So we have nothing much on that. So the only thing that we are doing, it is only to preach for the peace initiative to prevail. So, and also we are engaging that. So we need to stay with our neighbors peacefully. Unless anyone wanted to come to us, then we will be in a position to defend ourselves. So that's what we are talking with our youth now. So that's what we are doing at the leadership. So we don't have any force. So at the leadership, we don't have a force, but to engage, and discourage them from practicing any bad activity against other community. And this is what we are doing. And also we do normally ask the other also counterpart, our communities, also to do the same to their youth, so that we minimize any problems among the two states. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, David. That is a good move. Literally, you have no power, but your role as a community leadership or intellectuals from Murle is to engage, discourage your youth from violence and from cattle raiding, as you put it. And also you appeal to the counterpart to do the same thing. Yeah, my brother Maud, as a son of Bor, another son of Jonglei State, what do you deem fit to be the solution?
Yeah.
Take your time, Maud.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Let me write to them.
I need to answer the two questions or three questions here before I go into that. First, my brother David keeps saying that the reason why they are hostile to the neighboring communities in Jonglei State is because of Bor mobilizing the other communities and fight with them. I really reject, and that is not a true statement. the people of Bor recently, for the last maybe year or 2 years, always went to Murle, retaliating to Murle attack on their own without any help from Nuer. Nuer, they go to Murle land because they are also attacked by Murle. So if you see Nuer went to Murle land, it's because they are retaliating to Murle attack on their own. If you see more people retaliating, it is because they have been attacked constantly by Murle on their own.
Okay,
So I should answer that. That is not true. We can fight our own war with Murle
I've texted.
without any help from any other.
Okay, David is really leaving. The time has been given. Is over. David, we can arrange another day because there's some of the questions that not been asked. But let us arrange another day. I will coordinate with you and the place you are in for that network, so we can bring you back again for the second round. So I know they are closing over there, so I will talk to them, and then we arrange another day. So thank you. So okay. You can.
All right, thank you.
David.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, it's really easier.
Thank you.
So Mahmoud, we will arrange another show because the place that he using the net Wi-Fi in Juba, they are closing down. So I have arranged this one. So we will arrange another show for the next, and then we will, and then we can have more time. And then because we have a lot of questions that to ask him, and for the time is okay. It's a problem. Yeah.
Okay.
So you
okay.
can go ahead.
He talk a lot, but I was to answer whatever he throw at us, but it's okay. We can.
Yeah, he's having a lot of pressure over there, so people are closing the IT guy.
Okay.
So they're giving me pressure.
Okay, thank you, Brother Madid. Thank you,
so,
for the.
Yeah, we will talk in private because I will call you after this when we get off from there, and then we arrange the next show.
Okay, thank you.
And thank you.
Yeah, Brother Mahmoud, thank you so much, Mahmoud, for coming, and we actually admired your interaction respectfully with our brother David. Let's keep talking. The community that always communicate is a community that always find a solution to their problems. We will arrange, as Abraham did said, and we will try to reach out to the Boer youth leadership in Juba and also bring them jointly together with David. And then we'll bring you, Mahmoud, with your leadership here, maybe Secretary General or Chairperson. And then we have that brotherly discussion. And that discussion will basically on the solution, what youth are doing to support the communities and discourage this.
Since he's in Juba, since the chairman of Murle is in Juba, I prepare for you to reach out to Boer community chairman in Juba to talk on this because they are the one on the ground. And
yeah,
then
if you can,
there is any contribution we can give with the aspirant people, and then we will be able to do that.
That's a good one. I've been looking for the phone number for the chairman of Boer Community in Juba. So if you have his phone number, please forward to me, and I will call him. Definitely, I want.
Okay. Thank you. I will.
And also, and also for those of you who are watching, you know the reason why we organize this show to invite the Boer, the Murle chairman, is because the incident happened in Magwi, Magali. So you see how he's talking. They are so because when we talk with the Eastern Equatorian people, they deny and saying that the people who raped and killed the innocent children and elders, they are from Murle. And now Murle chairman said that they are not. They are them. They are from Eastern Equatoria. The question now we force here: who is responsible for the killing of these innocent people? So that's why we are digging in to get the right information, because we cannot allow the innocent people to die in vain without who killing them. So for those of you who are writing a lot of comment, say, why are you doing this show, all kinds of stuff, dialogue is very important. It's very important. And we need to see who is responsible for the killing of these innocent people. So that's what I want to put that. Thank you so much. And I also want to apologize to you, Mahmoud, for calling you General Secretary.
It's okay.
Yeah, because I mix up with you guys because I don't have a great and also to let people know Mahmoud is not here as a representative or present the greater board in United States office. No, he's here as Mahmoud, as a citizen of board. So that's where it is. He's not come here as office. Has office like to present the office of so I want to clarify that because I see some of the comment there my brother from board wrote which is inappropriate. So I just want to make that clear. So you guys back it.
Yeah.
That Mahmoud is not here because Maktaba Chi Buktam Bor, I can't ban the Maktabor no. About 10 Mahmoud, man board.
No, koi jamin brother Madid na de can be made loy. I spell out the facts. Yit achakalwel. Lekin you cannot buy a jump from here to here. What you know is the truth. So I know koi jam na de can I don't know what did I left out. Then king ku kawai mi bor about our brother from Murle. So na someone doubt kichalwel ke ngiye ke yika Murle our brothers are non lack of denial everything even to show all southerners they say it's not true. So all the information are outside there with our government. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Brother Mo. Thank you for coming on and send me that phone number for the chairman.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you all for you guys are watching. Majok, if you want to put the closing statement, that's fine. If we are done, so we close up the show. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm okay. I'm done. Thank you so much, our viewers, and we are apologizing for the interruption that had happened. But hopefully next time we will organize to have a lengthy time to discuss the issues that are happening on the other side of Jonglei State and Pibor administrative area. Through our conversation, we will find a solution. May God be with you, and thank you for being here with us.
Thank you.
Bye, Abraham, you can close.
It's your boy Ngiro, I give him that time. Pancho leg stand and punchy America. Banyi dwell, banaban. Pancho leg stand and punchy America. Banyi dwell, banaban. Walk on your leg, kankaro watana watching. Oga leg, gear, bow, very leg. Panda with ya, punchy America. Panya dwell, bano. Chingatongo pandon, could you ever buy a check out? Paku panda gear, what ya be dwell venting. Stand and punchy America, Banyi dwell, Banaban, Pancha leg stand and punchy America, Banyi dwell, Banaban, walk on your leg, Kankaro, what on the watching, Oga leg, gear, bow, very leg, Panda with ya, punchy America, Panya dwell, Bano, Chingatongo, Pandon, could you ever buy a check out? Paku Panda, Giro, what ya be, dwell, venting.